A Spy, A Marriage on the Brink, and the most expensive film ever made at the time. In 1994, James Cameron took a $100 million budget, strapped it to Arnold Schwarzenegger, and created one of the most entertaining action films Hollywood has ever produced. True Lies grossed $378 million worldwide, won Jamie Lee Curtis a Golden Globe, and behind the scenes, nearly killed its star, scarred its youngest cast member, and almost never got made at all. Here are the 20 most mind-blowing facts about True Lies.
And I didn't know how the movie was because I didn't go watch dailies, and I didn't want to see it, because I want to see it when it was all done. And I was at the, toward the end of the movie, and I knew the script. I was just like, my mouth was open too. I was shocked at the stuff that was happening, and I was, it was exciting.
Schwarzenegger and Cameron had breakfast, and Schwarzenegger mentioned La Totale, a French comedy about a secret agent whose wife thinks he's a boring office worker. Cameron watched it that night and called the next morning. The most expensive movie of its era started with one man recommending a subtitled French comedy over eggs. Before True Lies, Cameron had Spider-Man lined up, DiCaprio as Peter Parker, Schwarzenegger as Dr. Octopus. The project collapsed when Colocro ran out of money. They both pivoted. Sam Raimi eventually made Spider-Man in 2002. Cameron and DiCaprio worked together later on Titanic. But for one brief moment, Schwarzenegger was Dr. Octopus.
Something in my head. Something talking.
Fox refused to cast Tom Arnold due to his toxic reputation from his marriage to Roseanne Barr. Cameron threatened to take the film to another studio. Fox backed down. Arnold had to go to the audition just to meet Cameron and never expected a role. He later said he was overwhelmed learning Cameron had fought for him.
My turn to drive?
Give me the page.
What are you talking about?
Jump from page 9 to page 11. Where's page 10?
It's gotta be a typo.
Give me the goddamn page!
Okay.
Schwarzenegger didn't want Curtis, not because of talent, but because he felt she was too attractive to play a frumpy housewife. He relayed the message through his agent. Cameron watched A Fish Called Wanda at midnight, intending to watch 10 minutes. He watched the whole film. He told Schwarzenegger the next morning, "It's gonna be Jamie." After a long pause, Schwarzenegger agreed.
Do you speak Italian?
Molto pericolosa is the woman they love.
To a job well done.
Archie Leash!
Leech. George is going to tell him what the diamonds are.
With Wanda as the bait.
I want you to make love with me.
Pop.
Nothing. He's really hooked.
Per contract, Schwarzenegger had full above-the-title billing. After editing, Cameron asked if Curtis could share it. Long pause. Then Schwarzenegger said yes. The film wouldn't be what it was without her. In a world built entirely on ego, he simply gave some of his away. The hardest thing for Schwarzenegger wasn't the action, it was the tango. It took dance lessons for 6 months because he'd seen Pacino's Tango and Scent of a Woman using the exact same song, and he was determined to match it. The most physically fearless action star in Hollywood was most afraid of a dance.
You were a good dancer. I would have bet money that they were wrong.
Do you know something? I would have bet money too. And I would have said they were wrong. But I mean, it's like if you practice anything long enough, you can do it. I mean, I was taking lessons, hours and days and weeks of lessons of tango, because I saw this tango with Al Pacino. And I said to myself, if I am not as good as him, then I might as well not even go into this movie and try to do the tango. Because the other one came out just so recently. It's not like a 1940s movie or 50s movie. There was a movie that came out just a year or two ago.
Cameron's original idea? Helen, nude in complete darkness, visible only as a silhouette. Curtis proposed the opposite. Full light, her own underwear. Cameron agreed immediately. Most of the backlash came from men. Most of the praise came from women. Curtis was right.
in the meantime, after two minutes of doing the striptease, I drop it naturally because I was so shocked to see her, because I haven't seen the rehearsal, to see her stripping in front of me. So I dropped the tape recorder, and Jim Cameron, the director, was screaming, "Arnold, how many times did I tell you to do exactly what I tell you?" I mean,
This is called improvisation.
Don't drop the tape recorder. I didn't say you should drop it. I said, listen, I couldn't help it. I mean, my mouth dropped open, and the tape
And they
recorder
left it
dropped
in.
out of my hand, you know.
Oh, that's
so
great.
they kept it in, yeah.
The Ice Cube tray line wasn't scripted. Tom Arnold said it verbatim in rehearsal, directly quoting his real divorce from Barr. Cameron put it in word for word. Real bitterness from a real marriage is preserved inside of a blockbuster seen by hundreds of millions of people. The extended bathroom fight was described as simply a struggle. 2 days before filming, Cameron announced it needed to be 3 times bigger. Falling fixtures, spraying pipes, flooded floors, and the production designer had 48 hours to gut and rebuild the entire set. One scheduled day became 5. Three Marine Harriers were supplied for just over $100,000. Cameron filmed at the mandatory safe distance, then asked to come closer. They agreed. Then he asked for a 20-yard pass, an explicit safety violation. After a long pause, both pilots confirmed and did it. The shot of jets screaming past at point-blank range is the illegal one. During the horse chase, a camera boom startled Schwarzenegger's horse near a 90-foot drop. He slid off and toward the edge. His stuntman grabbed him before he went over. The star of the film came within an arm's reach of dying in a scene most viewers barely register.
And action, Arnold.
Jim Cameron knew, because he knew from all the Conan movies that I've done, that I'm very good in fighting on the horseback. So when I read the scenes...
Federal officer in pursuit of suspect. Sorry.
I said to myself, oh, this is going to be great. I'm going to do that. And, of course, you pray every time that nothing goes south.
I knew he knew his way around horses pretty well. And so I was confident that he could do some of it, obviously, but the real stunts.
Cameron hired professional comedy writers, read their work, fired the whole team, and rewrote from scratch. He kept exactly 2 of their jokes, one being, "You're fired." A director who had only made dark sci-fi rewrote a comedy overnight. It worked. Heston arrived on his first day with severe pink eye. The costume department improvised an eye patch on the spot. Nobody had planned it. Cameron had cast Heston specifically because he needed someone who could intimidate Schwarzenegger. An infection and a fast-thinking wardrobe team created one of the film's most memorable looks. A completed sequel script existed by 2001, cast confirmed, and September 11th happened and Cameron shut it down. Terrorism, he said, was no longer something to treat as comedy. A film built around nuclear terrorists became unmakeable overnight. The script still exists, it's never been produced. True Lies became the first film in history over $100 million, a Guinness World Record. But Cameron's Fox deal had a hard cap of $75 million per film. The movie ran so far over that it shattered the cap without trying. Waterworld took that record the next year. Cameron took it back with Titanic. In 2018, Eliza Dushku, who played Dana Tasker at 12, alleged that stunt coordinator Joel Kramer molested her after months of deliberate grooming. After an adult confronted Kramer on set, Dushku broke several ribs during a stunt Kramer was responsible for supervising. She called the timing no small coincidence. Schwarzenegger, Curtis, Tom Arnold, and Cameron all publicly supported her. True Lies was their last film, ending a run spanning The Terminator and Commando. Both later needed surgery for the same rare cardiac condition. Schwarzenegger recovered in 1997. Paxton died from complications in 2017. The film they laughed through together was their final chapter. Schwarzenegger said this was the film he was meant for. Curtis called it the greatest professional experience of her life. Tom Arnold called it his favorite ever. A production that nearly killed its star, harbored a real tragedy, and broke every budget record, was remembered by almost everyone who made it as the most joyful time they'd ever had. Cameron said the concept was simple. Who would James Bond be if he came home and had to answer to his wife? Every choice in the film flows from that question. The most expensive film of its era was built entirely on a marriage. That's the joke the whole movie's quietly telling. The horse that nearly killed Schwarzenegger wasn't one animal, but 4 different horses played the part, each chosen for a specific skill. One for close-ups, one for movement, one for the hotel, one that panicked near a 90-foot drop. Somewhere inside a film about nuclear terrorism, an acting credit is split between 4 horses, one of whom nearly ended one of Hollywood's greatest careers. Which fact just broke your brain? Tell me in the comments. I read every single one. Keep watching, keep feeling, and never stop chasing the magic of cinema. I'll catch you in the next one.